a big round of applause for your Rockdale Ilinden.
Round 24 of the NPL New South Wales Match of the Round brings us to the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. Tony Tanous with you in commentary for one of the big rivalry matches. It's Rockdale, who sit atop the league, up against a Sydney United 58, who come into the round in 5th spot. It's one of the most anticipated fixtures. Plenty at stake today. Rockdale a chance to work their way to a 9-point buffer atop the NPL New South Wales men's ladder, while Sydney United 58, they're closing in on the potential of a top 6 spot in season 2024. And apart from that, this big rivalry, they'll be keen to get some revenge after Rockdale inflicted a late victory back in the earlier part of the season over at the Sydney United Sports Centre. So Sydney United 58, they'll be keen to get some revenge today. And Jelko Kalac names the following 11, making 4 changes to the side that lost to Blacktown City last week. So in goals for them is Oliver Kalac. The back 4, it's a welcome back on the right-hand side to Bailey Rule. He's been absent since round 13, alongside Liam McGing, the skipper in Adrian Vlastelica, and Jordan Ivancic. The holding midfielders are Tariq Mayer and Carlos de Oliveira. And the front 4 in the wide areas, Aidan Milicevic and Mason Wells. And then in the number 10 role, it's Shunta Nakamura in behind the striker in Patrick Antelmi. As for Paul D, he's back on the bench today after serving a suspension. And he's made 2 changes to the side that had a late victory against Spirit FC on the road last week. Coming in for the home side, Rockdale Ilinden, are Blake Rashudo and so Kataoka. So the full lineup, Nick Soros in goals. The back 4 of Hunter Elliott, Daniel Collins, Blake Rashudo and Giorgio Speranza. The midfield trio at the base is Isaac Danso. And then alongside of him, so Kataoka and Brendan Chalakian. And then it's a front 3 in the wide areas, Lockie Constable on the right and Matthew Cordier on the left. And leading the line, the competition's top scorer, one of the sharpest shooters in Australian football, on 26 goals, only one shy of his tally in season 2023. It is Alek Urushevsky, and it will be the visitors, Sydney United 58, and they will be running from left to right in their alternate all-white strip. Sit back, relax. This one is set to be a blockbuster. It always is. This game is one that always delivers. What a rivalry it's become. And Sydney United with Antelmi kicking us off. The referee for this one is Sam Kelly. And Adrian Vlastelica launching this one long towards that left-hand side for Mason Wells. Wherever you are watching on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel, no doubt a big crowd gathered at the King Tom Club at the Sydney United Sports Centre. Hopefully you enjoy this one. It's a big game. And after that result earlier in the season, no doubt the visitors will be keen to get one back. That round 9 fixture, which was decided in injury time, with Hunter Elliott popping up to give Rockdale a 2-1 victory. There's always plenty at stake early on. This fixture has been littered with early goals over the years. 2 of the sharpest shooters over the past decade in New South Wales football on display today. Patrick Antelmi for Sydney United and Alek Urushevsky for Rockdale Ilinden. Let's see the early shape here. Rockdale, who've rebounded already, a bit of push and shove on that far side between the 2 skippers in Vlastelica and Urushevsky. Rockdale trying to apply the pressure there on Ivancic. And there's a ball in behind now. The flag has gone up, so it won't count. Antelmi does get it on target, but the assistant on the near side in Matt McCorris, one of the experienced assistant referees, Harry Gobernath on the far side, supporting Sam Kelly. Already plenty of heat in the early challenges and pressing situations. Here's Carlos de Oliveira back in the starting 11 for Sydney United 58. One of 4 changes for Jelko Kalac. He was suspended last week. in that 2-0 loss to Blacktown City. And here come Rockdale early on with Courtier. And it was an important intervention there. Kalatz hung out that right foot and he was able to clear for the visitors. But a great run early on. Courtier stayed down in the back play. We'll keep an eye on him. We might get a stoppage because the player is down in the 18-yard box, and it is Matthew Courtier who made that run forward. And Rockdale will be hoping it's nothing too serious as our sportscast crew pan around. You see Matthew Courtier just getting some early treatment after that run into the box. And it was an important intervention in the end from Kalatz. He stuck out that right boot to get the clearance away. Terrific counter-attacking moment for the home side. Courtier, who's been in wonderful form, he's been converted from a player that we've seen in the back four over the last few years in the NPL New South Wales into a winger this year, playing in the number 11 role out on the left-hand side. He's back up on his feet now. That's good news for Rockdale. They certainly won't want to be missing him in this one. He's been a real influential figure in the front third. Started the season in the centre of defence, playing as a left centre back after the last couple of seasons where we've seen him out on the left side of the back four. But he's playing in more of an advanced role over the past couple of months. Doing a terrific job as well in that front three with Constable and Urushevsky. Plenty of pace about that. That's something that Sydney United 58 will have to be alert to. We're pleased to welcome back this man that's just getting on the ball here in Bailey Rule. Been more than 10 weeks since he's been out of action, injuring himself in the round 13 match against the Western Sydney Wanderers. He's got a big job against Courtier, who goes forward again. Can he get the cross in? Play was, in the end, pulled back. To judge that ball did go over the byline. As expected, a really aggressive start for the home side. They're coming into this on the back of 8 straight wins here at the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. Aggressive press on the far side, just too aggressive though from Mason Wells. Had an amazing record at home. Have Rockdale set 8 wins in a row at home. In that time, they've scored 26 goals at an average of over 3 a match. Was of course that fixture away to Marconi, that much spoken about fixture, which they suffered a 9-0 loss. It's their only loss in the last 12 matches. They've won 11 of their past 12 and they've rebounded extremely well since that loss, winning away the following weekend to Blacktown City, and then they won here fortnight ago against Hills United. As the ball goes forward, Aiden Milicevic just in an offside position. And then last week, that come from behind victory, not for the first time this season, showing terrific spirit. They were pushed by Spirit FC. They got the opening goal, but Blake Rashudo, not for the first time in 2024, popping up with a late winner. This is good work here on that far side. Mason Wells, again, one of the new recruits for Jelko Kalatz and Sydney United 58 in the transfer window. Delighted to welcome back a couple of returning faces. Not only Bailey Rule, just in recent weeks, Aiden Milicevic has been getting some minutes off the bench. Today's his first start in a long time as well. So this right-hand side for Sydney United 58. Two players getting their first starts in a long time. Aidan Milicevic in the attacking third and Bailey Rule at right back. Rockdale just directing a bit of traffic down this near side early on. Here is Cordier. Happy to go back to Rashudo. Now Kataoka getting a rare start in the centre of midfield. Team Pelikanos making way onto the bench this afternoon. Here's Cordier. Clearance comes from McGing. Happy to just keep a bit of possession here as Giorgio Esperanza joins the attack. Nice build-up with Danso getting the ball in. Keeping the pressure on early. This fixture has been littered over the years with plenty of early goals. Plenty of drama, plenty of high-scoring fixtures. It's a fixture that Sydney United 58 have not won here since 2019. So they'll be keen for to rewrite a bit of history today. The match earlier in the season where they suffered that loss at home, but also notch up a win here against their fierce rivals. That'll be the aim. There's plenty of intensity early on. A terrific day for football. Knocking it around nicely. Patience the virtue at the moment for Paul D's side. Approaching the 10-minute mark. Rockdale on the front foot here with Chalakian looking to get the cross in. At the back post is Constable. Does well. Still into the box now, Constable. And he squares it across for Cordier. And it fell perhaps on his non-favoured foot in the end. Maybe in two minds. Couldn't quite get the power or direction he would have liked in his effort. But excellent work on that right-hand side from Lockie Constable. Looking very lively early on in the wide areas are Rockdale. Kalatz, who has had a terrific season between the sticks. Oliver Kalatz, the NPL New South Wales goalkeeper of June. Based on what we've seen in the early part of the match, might be in for a busy evening. Here's Rule into the feet there of De Oliveira. Playing in that deeper midfield role today. We have seen him feature there throughout the season. He's been the everywhere man for Željko Kalatz. Suspended last week. He was so disappointed to have missed that game against his former club in Blacktown City. Serving a one-match suspension for an accumulation of yellows. But he's one of the 4 changes today. And with Aidan Milicevic, Bailey Rule, Jordan Ivancic as well on that left-hand side. He's back in the starting 11 after missing last week through illness. He's Cordier. He gets to it ahead of Bailey Rule. Referee says play on. And again, a chance to whip one in. Might get another opportunity. He was looking for Urushevsky. Back post, it was Constable. And what a save. Kalatz was across there. Sharp as attack. And he got to it and denied Constable. This helter-skelter start from the home side continues. And it was a great raid again through Cordier. Constable, the home side, really got the bit between their teeth at the moment. Confidence is up, and there was a really strong challenge. And the appeal's coming against that challenge. And Cordier is in a world of hurt. And we might see something happen here. This is not what you want to see. The scenes here are distressing because Mathieu Cordier has unfortunately suffered a big leg injury. And the challenge from McGing, the referee, there's always something happening when these two sides meet. Okay, and it's a welcome back to the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. Play just about to resume here. If you're just joining us, Tony Tanous in commentary with you for this round 24 NPL Men's New South Wales Match of the Round. And play will resume with a free kick to Rockdale Ilinden after that incident, unfortunate incident. We've just seen Bay Antonio come on the pitch as a replacement for Matthew Cordier. If you're just joining us, a player who injured his leg. Looks a very serious injury. We wish Matthew all the best. And we will resume. We have 32 minutes of this first half remaining. So we resume in 13 minutes into this first half. We've had almost an hour's delay while the ambulance came to initially stabilise Matthew Cordier, treat him on the field, and then take him away to hospital. We wish him, his family, all the best. But right now it's Rockdale with a set piece, and Kataoka's over the ball. Kalats has organised his war. Great chance here for Rashudo, and he's hit the crossbar with the first moment after the incident. And Rockdale, who made all the running in the opening part of the match. Rashudo's found a real knack this season. He's come back from a few seasons overseas in the southeast of Asia. And one of their favourite sons. He's done a terrific job. Almost adding to his score tally. He got the late winner last week against Spirit FC to pick up the 3 points. Sydney United 58. How will they respond? They've been reduced to 10 men. So intense, the opening 11 minutes. And there's Bailey Rule, who looks like he slipped into the centre of defence. So there's the adjustment. We wondered what Jelko Kalats might do with no Liam McGinn. Great ball here from Bay Antonio. Whipped it in first time. There's a bit going on there between Vlastelica and Urushevsky, and that was going on right from the opening minute. Hopefully this game doesn't get out of control. There's always plenty of hype when these two sides meet. Hopefully the football can be the storyline from here. As Rashudo carries it forward for Rockdale. Looks to play it over the top. Giorgio Esperanza was the player making the move forward. So Liam McGinn, who started the match at right centre back alongside Adrian Vlastelica. With that red card, Bailey Rule, who's back into the starting 11 for the first time since round 13. He's been out, and his knee's still heavily strapped this afternoon, but he's been out since that injury he suffered against the Western Sydney Wanderers. He's had to make the move into the centre of defence now, with no McGinn. And Bay Antonio is the player. And he's chasing De Oliveira here. So Carlos De Oliveira, who started the match in the centre of midfield, he's moved into the right back role. It's been a problem area for Sydney United 58. They feel that they've been quite cursed there. Bailey Rule started the season, played the opening 13 rounds there. And since then, they've had a further 4 players playing that right back role. Dejan Bakadanakovsky, one of them. He then suffered an injury. He's only resumed his return this afternoon in the under-20s as Chalakian gets into the box and opens the scoring. Brendan Chalakian, he made the move out of midfield. Tried to link it up. He got a nice little bounce into his path. And he had the composure in the 18-yard box to give the home side the lead. It's probably what they have deserved based on the opening 15 minutes of play. Brendan Chalakian, who's popped up with his 8th of the season. I've mentioned this throughout the campaign. He really is back to his vintage best, Brendan Chalakian. And he's opened the scoring. He This game that's got a history of early goals. We've got one around the 15-minute mark. So after the resumption of play, we've got a further 32 minutes. And Rockdale have done extremely well on resumption to get their minds on the job. They know that a win today will take them 9 points clear of Marconi Stallions, who are in second spot, and 12 points clear of Apia, last year's champions. They want to keep their proud home record, but this big rivalry match also really igniting the tempo early on in this match. Now it's Bayantoniu. Speranza makes the run forward. Now he looks over for Constable. Kataoka leaves it for Chalakian, who goes onto the left foot, gets his shot on target. His confidence up, nothing like hitting the back of the net. Chalakian, who's, as I said, back to his absolute vintage best, one of the standout number 10s over the past decade or so in NPL men's New South Wales football. His combination this season with Alek Urushevsky, it's certainly been an eye-opening one. Not only his 8th goal of the season, he leads the assist as far as Rockdale's tallies are concerned. 11 assists for the season. There's a heavy collision on the near side. Free kick given away by Carlos de Oliveira on Giorgio Speranza, who's really ignited out of this resumption of play. Got himself forward on 2 or 3 occasions already. Here is Speranza again. Might have heard that coming through our ground effects mic. The message was good ball speed. They have been moving it around very swiftly in the opening exchanges. Here's Danso. Bouncing it through Kataoka. He's relishing his opportunity to get a start today. One of 2 changes for Paul D from the side that had that 2-1 victory over Spirit FC. Kataoka and Rishudo coming into the starting 11. They've been forced into that change now with Cordier, replaced by Antonio as Rockdale pinch it again. They come forward down the right-hand side. Hunter Elliott is making that right, taking his opportunities at right back at the moment in the absence of Braden Sorge. Now out through Antonio. And Oliveira has been one of those filling in at right back this season. We saw him feature there a fortnight ago against the Sutherland Sharks in that match of the round. After that injury to Bakadanakovsky, it was Adam Zervis who came in, deputised at right back, did a great job there. He also succumbed to injury though, like Bakadanakovsky, and he's only making his way back today on the bench. As the ball comes in, trying to test Kalat, and the keeper had to be ashore there. Had to make that quick movement towards his near post, get the 2 hands to it, and clear it away for another corner. Terrific in-swinging delivery from the Japanese international. Kataoka showing his qualities with the dead ball. He gets another opportunity here. Whips this one in lower. And now Rishudo tees it up. It was Speranza in Giorgio. Kataoka couldn't quite keep that one in. But Rockdale really are on the front foot. They've got the early goal after the resumption of play. Probably deserved that based on the balance of play even before the Cordier incident. Here is Rishudo. Now Kataoka. Over the top it goes. There's another coming together this time. De Oliveira was the player adjudged to have been fouled by Speranza. Good sportsmanship between the two. Both players going for the ball there. Keep you posted on progress at the other match taking place on this Sunday that wraps up round 24 of the NPL Men's New South Wales. I'll give you an update from there. Manly United have taken a 1-0 lead in the second half. We're 20 minutes into the second half over at the Western Sydney Wanderers Academy. And Manly, who really need the result. Taken the lead. Mention the standings at the moment, particularly at the bottom with Spirit FC on 27 points. Manly just 1 point behind them on 26. And then 4 teams all on 21 points as Constable tries to get on the end of that delivery from Elliott. Rockdale really knocking it about nicely. You can see, if you're watching them for the first time this season, why they sit atop the ladder and why they've only lost 3 games this season. Coming to this in such good form. A real outlier was that 9-0 loss. Quite an unbelievable scoreline. I was there that evening at the Palace. Couldn't quite believe what I was seeing. But Rockdale's response has been excellent since then. They bounced back immediately after that round 17 catch-up game with a win against Blacktown City. Alek Urushevsky with a double. And then a fortnight ago they were here with a 5-0 victory over Hills United for their 8th win in a row at home. Tariq Mayer's under pressure to get this one out. And Rockdale look to pinch it high again. Mayer looks long. Target here is Mason Wells. Soros is between the sticks now for Rockdale after that change in goals. You would have seen the news around Harrison Deveni-Schmies, who's moved up to the A-League after a terrific 12 months at Rockdale. Nick Soros now has played 2 matches. And there's a heavy challenge from Antelmi. And he's going to go into the book as well. So after that red card, to Liam McGing, and tell me there, judged to have been a bit too aggressive on Kataoka. Approaching the final 20 minutes of this first half. 1-0 if you're just joining us. Brendan Chalaki and the goal scorer. Only a few minutes after the resumption of play. Here's Nakamura battling away against Speranza. Now the ball looking for Mason Wells. Under pressure was Soros. Happy to clear long. Every contest for possession is so physical. Such an intensity around this match. There always inevitably is. One of the must-see fixtures across the Australian football scene. If you're getting used to it, this one is certainly always spicy. And Rockdale come forward again with Urushevsky. And it was a great run to the near post. Constable not far from making it 2. They're able to retrieve the ball. And now Dansor, the metronome out of midfield. Back out now with Urushevsky. On that left foot of his, looking to be provider. Dangerous area. And it's an own goal in the end. Sydney United 58 couldn't clear their lines. The pressure has told. And the unfortunate player trying to clear his line there under pressure was Ivancic. And Urushevsky, who's done so much damage with his goal-scoring form this season, provided a wonderful delivery. And Rockdale have really come out from the resumption, keen to make a statement, keen to keep their flow going in season 2024. That's such a terrific record here at the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre, and they've doubled their lead. The fans here are certainly making the noise. Sydney United came here with lots of ambition. They wanted to make up for that round 9 loss at home, which came in the 92nd minute. There's another coming together as they managed to get it out to Oliveira. Now Nakamura. Back out through Bailey Rule. They've got to get a bit of stability, get their foot on the ball. They are the pass masters over the years. They've got that, built that reputation, Sydney United. They are down a player, and they're struggling at the moment to keep any possession under this suffocating intensity of Rockdale. Out now through Hunter. It is Constable, able to switch the play out. Really stretching Sydney United. Side to side. Dunso pulling all the strings. Just about hanging on here, the visitors. Constable. Excellent skill. And he's still going. Able to drive into the box now. Constable. Appeals forehand ball, but it's waved away. It's going to be a corner. Constable really confidence up at the moment. And the home fans are providing the atmosphere to make it as intimidating as possible for the visitors. Somehow they've got to try and survive this. It's been a couple of terrific deliveries from Kataoka. Can he ask another question here of Kalatz? Into the knee post it goes, and Kalatz produces a save, but the follow-up from Urushevsky, who poaches it away for his 27th of the campaign, and he's teeing off on the Golden Boot in season 2024. He goes to the same number that he scored in 2023. Despite the excellent save from Kalatz, Rockdale are on fire here at the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. Urushevsky goes to 27 and Rockdale are 3-0 up. And it's going from bad to worse for the visitors. Their recent form on the road has been excellent. They've won their past 2 on the road against the Sutherland Sharks and Hills United, but this is a completely different story today. Rockdale are really intent on taking it to half-time with a big scoreline. There's always a storyline when these two clash, and this one is living up to the billing. Urushevsky was always on hand, and he was for a simple tap in there after an excellent corner. Kataoka showing his variety, getting his opportunity in the starting 11 today, and really showing his potency. Some excellent corners so far. And the man they call the Baker certainly delivering yet again. Last year's Player of the Year, the top striker in the NPL in New South Wales in the month of June, won the Striker of the Month award, Alek Urushevsky. Striking it around beautifully, side to side, just keeping possession. Dunsaw, the metronome, really forming a nice combination with Kataoka in that midfield. Here he is again. Speranza out here to Antonio. Looking towards Urushevsky. Picking up every loose ball. He's Constable now. Flicking it into Urushevsky. Kataoka! And what a save, but the follow-up's there. And Urushevsky's off celebrating. Yet another one. He's got a double in only a couple of minutes. And Rockdale are now 4-0 up. Urushevsky goes to 28 for the season. He betters his mark of season 2023. And Kataoka was initially denied by Kalatz. But this is proving to be quite the afternoon. The storyline just builds for the home side. The unfortunate incident to Mathieu Courtier. But you saw them get around in a huddle just before the resumption of play. And no doubt the message from Paul D would have been, it's all about Mathieu Courtier. They want to do it for him. And they'll be thinking about their mate. They know that the 3 points will go a long way as they look to seal a premiership in season 2024. That one's a bit too heavy from Speranza. They did finish atop that season, that abbreviated season in season 2020. But they'll want to make this one official. You have to go back to 1984 for their one championship. They'll be keen to add season 2024, 40 years on, and win the premiership. And they know that a 9-point buffer they can build if they can seal the 3 points, and they're well on their way. And they're flowing forward again through Hunter Elliott. This time cut out. Tariq Mayer doing his best in the centre of midfield, although it's going to come right back at them. Here is Speranza. Out through Daniel Collins. For once a stray pass from the home side. But a quick double to Alec Urushevsky. He's looking and sniffing around for another hat-trick. He got one here a fortnight ago against Hills United in that 5-0 victory. Here is Rashudo. Now Antonio. Speranza's had a terrific first half. Now the link up. Urushevsky fires this one across the face. Never shy in taking a shooting opportunity. And certainly the confidence, finding the back of the net consistently. One of the sharpest shooters, no doubt. One of the best strikers around Australian football. Backing up the terrific season. Just missed out on the Golden Boot in season 2022. It was Roy O'Donovan who pipped him right at the end. He was keen to get one back season 2023, and he did exactly that. Won the Player of the Year award, won the Golden Boot award, and he's on his way maybe to another of those doubles. 28 in only round 24. 6 rounds still to come after this. What will his final tally be? He's Rule under pressure now from Antonio. They are a team that don't just like to lump it forward. They want to keep playing. Sydney United 58. It's part of their DNA. They've had a big turnover of players from the end of 2023 into season 2024. It's been a rejuvenation season. It's been a wonderful season under Željko Kalac, having lost some of the legends of football in New South Wales, the likes of Glenn Trefiro, Chris Payne, Yanni Fragigianis, Yanni Perkatis, Devante Kloot. A massive turnover for them. And Matthew Bilic, another big name over the years. He's Chalakian, who got the scoring underway, and he's earned a corner. So Sydney United, they've made a massive rejuvenation for this season. Brought in many players perhaps punching above their weight, starting this round on 40 points in 5th spot. They've got a good ambition to make the finals in season 2024. They've been under pressure from the set pieces, and that one again towards the near post by Antonio, who did some damage at a set piece earlier on with the flick on. Almost did the same there. Into the final 10 minutes of this first half. We've had a big delay in the fixture for over an hour with a serious injury to one of the star players of the NPL Men's New South Wales in Mathieu Cordier. We wish him all the very best. But Rockdale have come back out, breathing fire. And to be fair, they did start the match with plenty of intensity and created some good moments. They've got another chance here now, as Vlaštelica has to hold up the defence for the visitors. They'll be stung, they'll be disappointed. Maybe they can do something here. Tariq Mayer gets the free kick, and Blake Rashudo, who committed the professional foul there, becomes the first Rockdale player booked. Not quite on the same wavelength there. Tariq Mayer was hoping for the run forward from Antelmi. Here comes Hunter. In fact, it's Constable on that far side. Now Hunter gets involved. Antelmi gets the free kick. Just tripped up. Having to work back into his own half to get some touches. It's been quite the storyline here at the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre as the ball goes forward now. Nakamura sums up the afternoon so far for the visitors. Couldn't quite find the quality on that delivery when they did get into good area. It's been all Rockdale. Chalakian bouncing it about. He's got it out now to Urushevsky. He's done some real damage down this left-hand side. Great ball into the middle. Kataoka was making the run into the box. Urushevsky now onto the left forward. Is he going to try his luck? He tries the unselfish option of squaring it up for Kataoka. And in the end, United managed to clear it. But that wasn't too far away from making it 5-0. It's a wonderful display this from the home side. 4-0 they lead. And Kataoka has been a real central point, showing his qualities, the Japanese international. This time he stands it up towards the back post. Kalac only as far as Urushevsky. He gets it onto the left foot. Vlaštelica clears. Here is Speranza. Now Kataoka. Looks to stand this one up. Now on the edge of the box, looking to pick up the loose ball with Speranza. Nakamura waits for support. It comes from Ivancic. Can they string a few passes? Just ease a bit of the pressure. Managed to get it out now to De Oliveira. Stringing some passes. Now Nakamura with a cultured switch out to Ivancic. Drops in to create the extra number in the middle. Here is Tariq Mayer. This is nice work from United, but the 1-2 combination didn't quite come off. Here is Milicevic. Now Vlastelica. Looking for that long diagonal ball out to Oliveira. Good work from Speranza just to hold him up. We've seen so many corners at the other end. United have got one of their own. They're going to wait for Ivancic to come and take it. The left footer. Can they get one on the scoreboard? Not with delivery like that. Unfortunately, Sydney United's afternoon hasn't quite gone to script. They were really under pressure from the opening whistle. And since the resumption, they've conceded 4 goals. They've been on the back foot, playing a man down after that send-off. The big talking point, Liam McGing's red card for that tackle on Mathieu Cordier. Better period this for the visitors. Sydney United have been able to get into the Rockdale half. They've been parked in their own half for the majority of this opening period. Just been able to string a few passes. And try and get something out of this. Here's some space now for Chalakian to trigger a counter-attack. And he gets it out to Constable. Elliott makes the run into the box. He gets to it ahead of Vlastelica, but his touch is heavy. And we have seen the board go up. Our 4th official in Matt Staples on the near side, just indicating that we will have 2 additional minutes. So we've just gone into stoppages. It's been a long half. Nominally, we would be approaching full time, but we had a 1-hour delay. The unfortunate injury to Mathieu Cordier, so this one will go long into the evening. And Football New South Wales YouTube is your spot for all the action, as Nakamura fires a rare shot. It's a shot which pretty much sums up what Sydney United have put up with in the first half. Nothing quite going to plan. And they'll go into the dressing room shortly. They'll get some encouragement from Joko Kalat. And they'll try and come out and at least make a contest of it in the second half. Maybe just a few things tactically. They do have some experience on the bench. I do wonder if they might make some adjustments. Rockdale, they've got a midweek fixture here, the Waratah Cup semi-final, which we'll see on the same place, Football New South Wales YouTube, Wednesday night, 17th of July against Spirit FC. And they had a terrific contest last weekend in round 23 of the NPL men's. Spirit really taking it to Rockdale. In the end, they also had a couple of send-offs. And Rockdale, with the weight of numbers and the weight of momentum, were able to find a late winner through Blake Rashudo, who's competing for the ball there with Patrick Antelmi. And that is the final action of a prolonged first half, a dramatic first half. We wish Mathieu Cordier all the best. but that's been the biggest storyline. But Rockdale's response after the resumption has been quite the storyline as well. The competition leaders take a 4-0 lead into the break. A double from Urushevsky after Chalakian got the scoring underway. And Rockdale are rolling on, looking for their 9th straight win here at home. They go into half-time with a 4-0 lead. We're going to have a break and be back with all the second half action. Make sure you stick around on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. And it is a welcome back to the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. This round 24 NPL Men's New South Wales match of the round. And if you're just joining us, what a first half we have witnessed here. The competition leaders coming into this second period with a 4-0 lead. A double from Alek Urushevsky, the competition's top scorer. And goals also from Brendan Chalakian and So Kataoka have given the home side a 4-0 lead coming into this second period. And what a dramatic opening to the match. Matthew Cordier, the news if you're just catching up, suffering a serious leg injury which required the paramedics to come onto the field. We had a 1-hour delay. He's in good hands now, Matthew Cordier. We wish him a speedy recovery and all the best with his recovery. The Rockdale have come out after that interruption in the play, and what a first half they produced against a 10-man Sydney United. They had Liam McGing sent off after that incident, and it looks like they have made a couple of adjustments. Certainly Ante Tomalic, has come into the centre of defence alongside Adrian Vlastalica. So Anthony Tomalic, that's the one half-time adjustment. We'll keep an eye to see. It looks like also Alessandro Lacalandra's come on into that forward line. So there's a bit of an adjustment. The midfield trio are now De Oliveira, Tariq Maya and Shunta Nakamura. They're playing a 4-3-2 formation with Lacalandra joining Antelmi. And now the cross, looking for Constable. And Kataoka, who's been one of the standouts in the first half. What a performance from the Japanese international. Terrific display. Collins couldn't clear, and now Lacalandra, part of this new look formation. 10-man Sydney United, what can they do in this second half? They got Shunta Nakamura. And now coming forward is another of the subs in. Adam Zervas, he's been upended just outside the 18-yard box. So a chance now on that right-hand side. It looks like Zervas, who has been out injured for the past few weeks. He's also come on at half-time. So Željko Kalac has made some adjustments. He's brought on some fresh legs, and they've got a set piece. Can they get one back to start the second half? They will have been disappointed with the response after the incident and after the red card. But Rockdale really had the bit between their teeth. And now able to send Tomalic forward. Shunta Nakamura is also in there. Vlastalica. Can they get one back? The header from Collins. And now Danso. Here's Urushevsky. Putting the pressure on young Zervas. Zervas, who was in great form before his injury. One of those options as a makeshift right back. He's made the move across from the Newcastle Jets. It's a positive start for the visitors to start this second half. They want to limit the damage. They've conceded 4. They won't want to concede any more. They want to try and make a game of it in the second half. They've adjusted the formation. De Oliveira, Tariq Maya and Shunta Nakamura, now the midfield trio. And Lacalandra's on to join Antelmi in that front two. Rockdale have had a look for the opening couple of minutes of the second half. Perhaps not quite expecting what came out from Sydney United to start the second period. Tucked in behind Lakalandra. Now it's out through Bayantoni. Urushevsky, who's on a hat-trick, looking for his second in as many home games. That second goal from Rockdale in the first half was accredited to Kataoka, who's putting the pressure on Ivancic. In the end, he was the player who got the final touch. So we'll give the credit to the Japanese import. He's had a terrific first half, and Rockdale are on the front foot again. Through Antoniou, up against Zervas. And now Speranza. In it goes to Chalakian, and there was Constable. Kalatz keeping it at 4. Good stop from the custodian as Constable attacked the near post. A couple of former teammates perhaps at the Western Sydney Wanderers Academy. As Carlos de Oliveira, was he upended by Dansor. Referee says play on. And Chalakian, who was involved in the build-up moments ago, just dropping off to help set up the play. Rockdale, as I mentioned just before half-time, how much energy will they apply in this second period with the 4-0 lead? They've got the midweek Waratah Cup semi-final. Perhaps an opportunity for Paul D to make some adjustments in the second period. Keep a few players fresh for that Wednesday fixture. Got another big one coming up in the NPL in a couple of weeks. No advantage there for Sydney United, 58. So it's going to come back for the foul from Urushevsky on Vlastelica. Keep an eye on the back play. There's a bit going on between the two skippers, Urushevsky and Vlastelica. Already seen a couple of fiery moments. Run forward comes from Antoniou. Shunta Nakamura working back to support Zervas. Doing well to hold up the play. Tariq Mayer. Good start to the second period from the visitors. They've shown not only they're going to try and limit the damage defensively, but they're going to try and keep a bit of possession, play a bit of football. It's been an encouraging season for them. They're very much a rejuvenation with so many new faces, the likes of De Oliveira, Shunta Nakamura, Liam McGing, the player sent off earlier. Adam Zervas is another one. Big turnover in the squad, but Joko Kalatz has done a terrific job to have them sitting in 5th spot ahead of this round. Well, they'll be disappointed with the events here. I know that there's a big 6 weeks coming up. If they can produce a second half performance here to set up a foundation, Rockdale will want to keep the pressure on. They've got it out again. They've been so good in the wide areas. They've got it now into the feet of Urushevsky. He goes to work. Blocked by Tomalic. The follow-up effort from Bayantoniou. Firing that one over after Urushevsky tried to tee him up. Mentioned that there was another fixture that took place this afternoon over at the Western Sydney Wanderers Academy, and what an important game for Manly. And they've come away with a 1-0 victory. So the Wanderers, who led the competition for the opening 12 or so rounds, it's been a difficult last couple of months for them, sliding down the ladder week after week, and they suffered another loss today. The youngsters Manly coming away with an important 1-0 victory. Goal coming just after the hour mark. That moves them above Spirit FC, moves them up onto 29 points, and it moves them 8 points clear of the bottom two. So a big result for Manly, just as it has been throughout the weekend. There's been some incredible results down the bottom. The team starting to really pick up the business end of the season. The Sharks had a terrific 2-0 win on the road against Hills United. A real 6-pointer, that one, over at Landon Stadium. Jay McGowan scoring the second after Umubachi had given them the lead. Also another big win yesterday, the second in 4 days for the Central Coast Mariners. Suddenly back-to-back wins have them out of the top two, as Constable gets into the 18-yard box, and it was service at the back post, just about dealing with that. Came at him quick, maybe even a touch from the keeper in Kalat. The race is really on to avoid the drop now. 6 rounds to go after this round wraps up. The conclusion of this match. Some big fixtures to come. Here comes the corner from Kataoka. This time a one-handed punch from Kalat. Urushevsky's into the box, trying to get it onto that left foot. Sitting on a hat-trick at the moment. Gets the support from Danso. All the way to the back post. It goes to Constable. Now he tries to fire it goal bound. Comes off a teammate in the end. That one didn't quite go to plan. Chalakian was trying to get out of the way of it. It struck him. It went away for a goal kick. Some massive games at the bottom of the table to come in the coming weeks. Next week, a big one. Sutherland Sharks, they're at home against Sydney FC. That is a big game. Sydney have just dropped into the bottom two, courtesy of goal difference. Sharks have just popped themselves out of the bottom two. Sharks have got a couple of big games in the next 3 weeks. They've got Sydney FC in round 25, then they've got Manly United in round 26, and then round 27, the Central Coast Mariners at home. So some big games to come, some real 6-pointers. Of course, the team that does finish bottom of the ladder will be automatically relegated. And the team that finishes in second spot will go into a playoff against the team that finishes second in Football New South Wales League One. And that's currently a real battle between 3 teams at the top. The Bulls Academy, who are looking to go back up into the top flight. The Mount Druitt Town Rangers, who currently sit in second spot. They're also looking for an immediate bounce back up to the top tier. And then just off behind them too, Ahakoa, team familiar to the top tier of New South Wales footballers. Urushevsky tries to line one up on a hat-trick, of course, finding plenty of space in the box. He's already gone to 28 for the campaign, beating his tally of season 2023. We're going to see another corner here from Kataoka. He's already got a goal. He's caused havoc with his set-piece delivery. Now, Elliott fizzing it out to Kataoka. Urushevsky just about keep this one in. Now Rishudo. Stroking it around, just keeping the pressure on Sydney United. Zervis clears. And so he's so good at just keeping possession for Rockdale. They come now down the left-hand side. Antonio looking to combine with Giorgio Speranza. Kataoka retrieving quickly. Playing some delightful football as they have throughout the season. Can they get another one? The pressure mounting on Sydney United, who just about deal with it. Oliveira looking to relieve the pressure, but the line was disciplined and they managed to get Lakalandra offside. We had a perfect vantage point here in the commentary position. We are going to see another change. It's going to be Antelmi that comes off. And the player coming on is one of their new recruits in Luis Lobo. So that's the end of the evening for Antelmi. He's had many a great game against Rockdale over the years, but this one, not one that will live in the memory. Difficult night for Sydney United 58.
Correction, coming on was number 28, Luis Lobo.
Out on that left-hand side again. Zervis clears. Here is Rishudo. Rockdale relishing the opportunity. They've got the Waratah Cup semi-final here at home, and then they've got a home round of 32 match in the Australia Cup. And the performance here, if they can keep this up, they will certainly be looking forward to that. Tickets, as I said earlier, have gone on sale for that round of 32 match. Wednesday, 31 July is the date. Match day 2 of the Australia Cup round of 32. And they'll be up against the playoff winner in the A-League match between Newcastle Jets and Western United. And the way they have been playing this year, many will be looking forward to that and fancying Rockdale as a real opportunity to cause some havoc. Good hold-up play there from Lakalandra. Exactly what Sydney United 58 need. But not able to keep it too long, though. Here's Collins. Gets it out to Giorgio Speranza. Not the only game taking place on Wednesday night, the Waratah Cup semi-final, as I said. We've also got a catch-up game, the washed-out match between Sydney Olympic and Apia Leichhardt. That'll be played out at the Strata Jubilee as the ball goes in here to the feet now of Urushevsky. He goes to work looking for Kataoka. That was an important piece of defending from Vlastelica. They won't be wanting to concede more than 4. They've had some good recent form on the road. Sydney United coming into this with 2 wins in a row. In fact, their form at home has been even better. Their form away on the road has been better than their home form in season 2024. Edge of the box, great strike. It was Speranza on his non-favoured right foot. He took it first time. He hit it clean. He hit it crisp. But Kalat's got his body behind it and keeps it at 4-0. They've lost 7 so far this campaign. 3 of those losses have been away from home, so they've lost more at home than they have away, Sydney United, this season. Turning one way and the other is Antonio. Now he gets into the box. Attacking the near post again was Constable. But Kalatz got his body behind it. Just getting one of his substitutes ready. Paul D. Dean Pelikanos. Forced into that change in the first half. It's Bay Antonio coming on. The rest of their bench looks like this. The reserve keepers, Ricardo Rizzo. We've got Lockie Griffiths available, a defensive option. Another defender in Robbie Speranza. They've also got the midfielder in Dean Pelikanos, who looks like he's getting ready to come on. And the other outfield option is Yinka Sunmola. Sydney United 58. On the other hand, they've already made 3 adjustments at the break, bringing on Zervis, Lakalandra and Tomalic. They've also brought Luis Lobo on. So their remaining substitutes. So the reserve goalkeeper in Ryan Warner. And the outfield, one remaining outfield option is a defender in Christian Gonzalez. He's Hunter Elliott just dinking at him behind. And it was Constable looking to wrap his right foot around it. Nice little link-up play. Antonio on the end of that return ball. The referee awarding a free kick. Looked like Antonio had done a bit of pushing there to get into that position on the left-hand side. As Rockdale look to get a couple of their substitutes ready. Forward it goes. Flashtalitsa over the top. Lakalandra was the target. Collins back out to Speranza. Here is Elliott. Forward it goes. Kataoka couldn't bring it under control. Now Lakalandra. Two players being readied by Paul D and his assistant, Nick Stavroulakis. Just getting some final words of encouragement. Dean Pelikanos and Yinka Sunmola. Just about at the midway point of this second period. No change to the halftime score. If you're just joining us, Tony Tanous with you here. Live and free on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. As we are for all of the season in the men's top flight as well as the women's top flight. Currently got match of the round taking place in the women's top tier over at Linwood Park with great save this one. Kalatz denying Chalakian, who loves to shape them towards the back post. Kalatz produces a stop to keep it at 4-0. That match of the round taking place at Linwood Park. MacArthur Rams up against the Northern Tigers. So every match in the women's top tier as well as the men's top tier. And then match of the round in Football New South Wales League 1. Every weekend, live and free. Spread the word. Use the hashtag NPL NSW. Always plenty of storylines, plenty of drama, and lots of quality in the NPL New South Wales. Undoubtedly the top tier, the top NPL competition in the country. Standards continue to go up and up every season. This year it's gone to a whole new level. That's a good stop from Kalatz after an excellent run down the right-hand side. Hope you are enjoying it. Always quality fare. Great contests. Today's been a bit one-sided. Sydney United made a real fist of it in the second half. Credit to them. We are going to see these changes. So Brendan Chalakian, he's going to make his way to the bench, as is Lachlan Constable. So they're going to be a couple of like-for-like swaps, and the message will no doubt be keep the intensity up. Those players will get the opportunity to rest up now and recover in time for Wednesday's Waratah Cup semi. Free entry to those of you who want to get out to the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre on Wednesday night. Come out here, always terrific food, great atmosphere. Club doing a great job. Every match day is such a great atmosphere here. And Spirit will travel. They've proved the real giant killers, haven't they, over the last few years in Cups football. Making it through to the Australian Cup. They won the Waratah Cup against Sydney United, themselves the Cups Kings in season 2022. So they've made a real reputation for themselves, have David Perkovic's men. And they'll be very keen to come here and cause what would be an upset, given the way that Rockdale have gone about season 2024. That'll be a great contest. And of course, Apia still have that one catch-up game to come in the NPL. We'll be playing Sydney Olympic also on Wednesday night over at Nostrata Jubilee. And then Apia have to then think about their own Waratah Cup final or semi-final as the ball goes in behind here. Kataoka looks to get Sunmola involved. Great chance here for Speranza. And the follow-up effort from Pelicanos. Both the fresh substitutes involved in that build-up. Pelicanos with the effort at the end, but Sunmola was involved. So Apia's Waratah Cup semi-final. They're going to be on the road to Blacktown City. Keep an eye on the Football New South Wales pages, on the NPL New South Wales socials for all the details there as far as the Waratah Cup semi-final is concerned. Games coming thick and fast for those involved in Cups action, fighting on three fronts: the Australia Cup, the Waratah Cup and the NPL. Given the standards we have seen this afternoon coming into the evening, they've been so high from the home side. The disappointment there from Elliott not to get the cross in. He's had a great shift down the right-hand side. As I said, really relishing his opportunities with Braden Sorge currently out with a long-term injury. Chatting to Sorge, who's one of the best defenders across the NPL scene. He's frustrated at the moment not to be in action. He's hoping to be back for some key games. As De Oliveira gets it back out now to Ivancic. Here's Nakamura. Sydney United, who, as I said earlier in the coverage, it's been back to 2019, the last time they have been in Rockdale here. And the 2020 NPL Grand Final, the last time they tasted success against Rockdale. Who knows, perhaps the opportunity to meet again in finals football. The top six this year will go into the postseason. Finals football is back in season 2024 after our first past the post run in 2023. Apia taking out the title. Rockdale setting the pace. But as we've come to see over the years of NPL New South Wales, the finals often turn out to be a completely different story. Still so much to play for in season 2024 as Sun Mola looks to dance forward. New recruit this year for Rockdale. He's had some injuries, but he'll be hoping to make a big impact in the remaining month or two of the campaign. Perhaps he may even get himself a start midweek. Second half has been a lot tighter. Sydney United have shored things up with their change in formation, but they've got to make sure they don't concede again. Kalatz just about deals with that. As we approach the final 15 minutes here at Rockdale, and Dansor gives away a free kick. Just repeating the first half scorers, it was Brendan Chalakian 3 minutes after the resumption who got the opening goal. And 7 minutes later, so Kata Oka getting the credit after getting to it just ahead of the defender in Ivancic. That's a big reward for Kataoka. He's had a terrific afternoon. His first goal in NPL men's football as well. We are going to see a change here. Another one for Rockdale. In fact, another two for Rockdale. They're going to bring on two defenders in Lockie Griffiths and Roberto Speranza. And that is going to be Giorgio Speranza and Blake Rashudo who make way. And they can look forward to Wednesday night, recover well from this one, and get the focus. Thinking ahead to Spirit FC. Here are the two substitutes combining for their first touch. Speranza in at left centre back, and Griffiths has gone to left back, making the run forward. Whilst Kataoka trying to get on the end of it there. Sydney United holding up firm again. Those of you watching at the King Tom Club, no doubt proud with the second half performance. It's been a spirited display from the visitors. They needed the half-time break to make some adjustments. Here's Zervas. Delighted to have him back. No Matt Hatch today. He suffered a hamstring injury, unfortunately. The curse of the right backs at Sydney United continued. He played at right back last week after the injuries to Zervas, Bakadanakovsky, Bailey Rule, and then De Oliveira had filled in at right back against the Sharks, and he was out suspended last week. So Matt Hatch played at right back. Unfortunately, that curse continued with a hamstring injury suffered late in the week as Kataoka pinches it off service here and now looks to slide it in for Urushevsky, who's looking for that hat-trick. Quickly surrounded. He finds Sun Mola. And now Pelikanos. Here's Elliott. And they're disappointed again with that final supply. He's had a strong afternoon, but the last 5 or so minutes, perhaps just reminding him the concentration to keep that going. Second half has been a better one for the visitors. Just trying to work out which ball we're going to be using here. Kalatz looks to get the play resumed. Big night of football coming for all the football fans across the world. The final of the Euro 2024. What a tournament it's been from the Spaniards. They're up against the English. It's going to be a terrific game. Spain, who've really set the pace, set the tempo, won all of their matches. They've been quite the performances from them. England have hung in there, made it all the way to the final. So that was a good raid Down that left-hand side, Urushevsky. Couldn't quite get his effort on target. So a big night of football coming up. It's been a terrific round. Some big wins for the likes of the Sutherland Sharks. Spirit FC, Central Coast Mariners, Blacktown City have strung a couple in a row after beating Sydney United last week. Winning here on Friday night against Sydney FC. Back to the keeper in Soros, playing his third game for Rockdale. Former back at Rockdale, he spent some time at Sydney Olympic. Former Australian under-17s, Joey's representative, went to the World Cup in 2015 in Chile. Nice work here from Pelikanos on the edge of the box. He was quickly shut down. And it's going to be a free kick right on the edge of the box. Tomalic, in fact, it was Vlastelica with the foul on Pelikanos. Referee seeing that there was no advantage. Pelikanos sending his shot high and wide. But that was based on the foul from Vlastelica. So it does give Rockdale a chance from the set piece. It looks like they're doing some rock, scissors, paper out there to determine who takes this. Robbie Sperance's involved. They're having a bit of fun here. Who's broken rank? Have we worked out who's won rock, scissors, paper? Looks like it might be Pelikanos, who was the player fouled. Robbie Speranza was in there trying to get in on the action. I don't think I've seen him take a free kick over the past decade. But Urushevsky, who's on a hat-trick, might be the player who in fact steps up. How many are in this wall for Sydney United? 58. He has left it for Pelikanos. Looks like Kalats has got 7 in the wall. So it is going to be Pelikanos. He keeps it low. And it does come off the Sydney United wall. And out for a corner. Good to see the Rockdale players. They're chasing the premiership, but there's still time for a bit of fun. Here comes the corner. Standing this one up, looking for Lockie Griffiths. Kataoka, who must be close to picking up the 3 points. Urushevsky's bagged a couple, but Kataoka's pulled the strings for large parts. And here's Robbie Speranza now. Into the box he goes, squaring it up for Urushevsky! And he couldn't keep his shot down on a hat-trick. Great opportunity there to make it back-to-back hat-tricks here at home. And make it back-to-back 5-0 victories. They beat Hills by that scoreline a fortnight ago. And they'll be looking for one more. What a bit of symmetry it would be if it's Urushevsky with back-to-back hat-tricks. Here's Kataoka. Nice work this time from Elliott. Not blazing away, just keeping possession. It is Urushevsky. Cut out by Zervis, who does well. He's been solid since coming on in the second period. All Sydney United substitutes have contributed. Lakalandra has struggled to get touches the more this second half has gone on. The pattern has been Rockdale in possession. Sydney United just dropping off. Sunmola, Elliott, now they look for the combination play. Can they create something with Elliott joining the attack? Sunmola back to Pelikanos, the substitutes combine. Nice work, Lakalandra. Exactly what you want from your striker. There's Tariq Mayer. De Oliveira will chase this one. Nice bit of work. Here's Louis Schlobo, who can switch the play. Nice build up this from Sydney United, although the final product there, Zervis couldn't find the target. Now Sun Mola can look to come forward. He puts the afterburners on and shakes off Ivancic. Sun Mola driving into the box. Now looking across. It gave Nakamura time to recover and get to it ahead of his compatriot and Kataoka. Here is Kataoka. Now Griffiths. Here is Elliott. Can Sun Mola find the quality? Elliott, chance to whip another ball in. Produced a peach of a cross for the winning goal last week against Spirit. Nice build up, lovely combination. How many passes now from Rockdale? Can they find the finish? Second half that Sydney United have really got the bit between their teeth defensively. Keen to make sure they don't concede more than 4. All hands on deck defensively. Into the final 5 minutes. Can they keep it at 4? Can Rockdale add another one? Udashevsky's doing some work outside the box, inviting Griffiths to come forward, laying it into his path. Back out through the man they call DC, Daniel Collins. Joined Rockdale in the transfer window last season. So just past 12 months here at Rockdale now as Sun Mola dances into the box. Great opportunity by Antonio. Couldn't get it on target. Nice bit of work down the right-hand side from Sun Mola. But it remains 4-0. No change to the half-time score. The damage done in a 16-minute period in that first half. Between minutes 16 and 32. Here's Griffith. We aim to go to 59 points at close of play. They'll have 9 on Marconi with 6 rounds to go. It will be a massive victory, another notch on their ambition to seal a first premiership in a full season. At some trophy wear, they haven't had a major title. The 1984 championship winning season. Here's Lacalandra. Cut out by Pelikanos. Collins. Now Roberto Esperanza. All the talk coming from the home side. You can hear it coming through our ground effects mic, our sportscast crew, bringing you all the footage. They come forward again. Chance now to get one across, and it was an important intervention at the near post. Just about clearing that was Tomalic. Kalatz was committed to the challenge or the dive. And Kataoka, whose corners, how many has he taken on that exact side? They've just been mounting and mounting, and his deliveries have been right on point, testing Kalatz at every turn. This one's another dangerous one, and Kalatz has to punch again. Done so it is. Now the metronome combining with the talisman in Udashevsky. And his cross, he couldn't get it beyond Kalatz. Time ticking away for that hat-trick that he's perhaps seeking. Or maybe he's saving it for Wednesday night. Some big games coming up for Rockdale as they pursue the premiership and perhaps some silverware in the cups as well. Here is Sunmola trying to shake off Ivancic, who does well, sticks to his defensive task. Can't be too long to go. Just recapping the score from earlier in the afternoon. Manly United with an important win to take them up to 29. They jump over Spirit FC. The close of business on the Sunday the 14th of July, the end of round 24 of the NPL Men's New South Wales. Four-way battle at the bottom will be intriguing for the next 6 weeks. How will that one play out? Some massive 6-pointers coming up, including the Sharks at home to Sydney FC next week. We've also got Manly United coming up the following week, and then the Central Coast Mariners the week after. So some massive games to come. Steve Zorich, former Rockdale coach, of course. Sydney United will be looking to rebound. They're out of Cups football. We're used to seeing them. They're a perennial fixture in Cups football. Not this year, though. Knocked out in the Australia Cup preliminary rounds. So they can focus on finals football and making it into the top 6. And then trying to have a crack. Club that has had so much success over the years. They'll be pleased with their response in this second period. Credit to Joko Kalatz and his men for really stopping the goal-scoring flow that happened in the first period. But Rockdale just keeping it now. Milking the seconds, knocking it around and getting the shot on with Sunmola. Kalatz got his body behind that. Made sure it stays 4-0. And that is the final whistle. And Rockdale make it 9 in a row at home. And they go to 9 points clear at the top of the ladder. A terrific victory. The disappointing news, of course, earlier on about Matthew Cordier, and we wish him all the best. Looking like a serious leg injury for him. But Rockdale's response after that, with 4 goals in 16 minutes after the resumption of play in that first period. A double to Ali Gurushevsky. The other goals coming from Brendan Chalakian, as well as Sol Kataoka, who was among the best out there for Rockdale. Sydney United, who had Liam McGing sent off, really struggled to adjust in the first period. But credit to them in the second half. They really made a game of it. They adjusted their shape. They went to a 4-3-2 and kept the scoreline at 4-0. Rockdale have done the business and march on in season 2024. It's been a pleasure having your company. There's much more to come. Still plenty of action across in the women's NPL at the moment taking place. You can make the switch. And some midweek football. Waratah Cup here, Rockdale versus Spirit. And NPL, Sydney Olympic versus Apia over at Nostrata Jubilee. But here from the Rockdale Ilinden Centre, Tony Tanous wrapping up a 4-0 victory to Rockdale Ilinden over Sydney United 58.